Good morning, Muscatine, and happy Tuesday. My name is Autumn Schultz. I will be your host today, and I would like to start off by thanking our sponsors. First off, Hy-Vee, thank you for letting us use your space every single morning. Might be a little cold though, so I've got coffee from Starbucks because it's delicious and it's going to keep me nice and toasty. Unity Point Health Trinity Muscatine, Muscatine Power and Water, Becky Insurance, Toyota of Muscatine, Rivo Plumbing and Heating, Impact Fitness and Nutrition, Suntan City, Lutheran Living Senior Campus, Impact Life Blood Center, Harper Cycling and Fitness, Muscatine County Fair, and Bayer of Muscatine. First off, if you come this morning or from the 11th to the 17th at the Starbucks here in Hy-Vee, it is Kindness Week, and so they have an amazing board that you can write kind words to share with the community. So when you come in, you grab your groceries, get your coffee, make sure that you write something on there because kindness is always free, and this is the week of kindness. So they have that beautiful board, so make sure that you write something nice and sweet and opening for the community. This week as well, we have the Business After Hours. It's this Thursday, July 14th from 5 to 7 to celebrate Pearl City Chiropractic. But we'll also be doing a ribbon cutting at 5:30 to celebrate the new name, the ownership, and also being able to take an overlook of the clinic space. This is an open house and it's free to the public. So Muscatine, please go and join them because it's no longer Bark. It is now Pearl City Chiropractic, and we're very excited to be able to share this new area and also be able to see the other small businesses, other small businesses that are also inside of there too. Tonight is Music Bingo at Mississippi Brew, and that is from 7 to 9. It's free to play. You have a chance to win some free drinks. So if you know your music, you love your music, go down 7 to 9 tonight at the Mississippi Brew for Music Bingo. There is a current job opening at Crossroads. They are in need of an HR director. All of their information is located on their Facebook page, their website, and also on Indeed.com for more information. Just look up Crossroads Muscatine for all of those lineups. It has the big word new next to it, so they are in need of an HR director. My guest today is Lindsey Phillips, and we have a lot of information to talk about with Big Brothers Big Sisters and at the Muscatine Y. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
So the car show was this weekend.
Yes.
And the funds for that went to Big Brothers Big Sisters and also went to Special Olympics for Muscatine. How was it?
It was great. So we were right here at Hy-Vee in the parking lot. They're great partners, great hosts. I guess it's actually their event. We're just the beneficiaries of that. So great event. We had about 60 cars that were here that day. We were competing a little bit with other area car shows, but you know, they just come out. People love to show off their cars, and it's just so fun to see them all and hear their stories. And we've learned there's so much that goes into that car and automotive world that
I saw the pictures and they looked amazing.
Yeah, we gave away about 13 awards. One of the really neat things is that we have a little's choice category, and so some car shows would have like a child's choice or, you know, whatever the cause could be, but ours was the little's choice. So we had a little brother, Tristan, in our program that came out and picked his favorite car along with his sister, who's tiny Miss Fruitland. And so they picked their favorite car, which went to Sal Lobianco has a Corvette that they really liked. They thought was cool. Tristan said it had a nice engine in it.
He knows his cars. I
love that. So they picked that car, and then of course other awards went out as well. The event raised about $2,000, which is great for you know, a Saturday morning here at Hy-Vee.
And it was beautiful weather.
It was perfect weather. It's perfect kind of today too. It really resembled today. It was a great day. And then State Farm came, and they had a tent there. They helped us with our People's Choice and brought in $400 in donations just that morning for us. So that was really great too.
That's awesome. I did see there was one with a skeleton on the front.
Yes.
I thought that was interesting. I liked it.
People get creative. There was a motorcycle too that has like a bulldog coming out of the side of it. It's not a real bulldog. It's just
awesome.
Molded onto the bike. So yeah, motorcycles, trucks, cars, lots of different categories and divisions there. So we had some requests for race cars too. So we're exploring. We're always open to anyone coming out and bringing a car that they want to show off. If it has a motor, I guess it's eligible. So bring it on out.
If I say like Patrick says, if it vrooms,
if it
goes.
That's right. Bring it.
So tell us. So let's start with Big Brothers Big Sisters. Talk to us a little bit about the 45 bigs in 45 days.
Yes, so we've been looking at our waiting list. Of course, coming out of a pandemic, we know that there are a lot of kids that have missed that personal connection, one-on-one, face-to-face interactions. A lot of those activities, your kind of day-to-day things that you were doing where you could come into interact or have interactions with other individuals, it was taken away. And while we're back to normal, in a sense, right? Not all of those things have resumed for everyone, or it's no longer working for whatever reason. Plus, we just have a lot of catching up to do. I think socially, we have to get back into that groove. So Big Brothers Big Sisters is something that is sought out because of those personal connections, socialization that happens, and really just that sense of belonging and becoming part of a community. So we have 59 youth on our waiting list right now, and I can tell you that barely scratches the surface on who needs the extra programming or who could benefit from that. So we know we need to do something to meet that need. Unfortunately, volunteers are coming in slower than ever because of a variety of reasons. But I really think it's kind of that fatigue of we met a need for so long, and now we're all kind of like, whew, and settled into the new routines and things too. So we're really needing to get our message out there and our ask very quickly. So 45 bigs in 45 days, it doesn't eliminate that waiting list, but it really makes a dent. And we know that waiting list is going to grow. So it doesn't mean that July 1 through August 14th is the only time we're recruiting, but it's our main focus right now. So we're asking everyone, your interests can vary, your experiences with children can be varied. You do not have to be the expert in really anything. You just have to be a body that's willing to be consistent and go through our enrollment process and screening process, of course, but that you're ready to be there for a kid at whatever level you see fit. So average 4 hours a month. We're asking you to commit to really help us. So we'll continue recruiting all year round. There's not an end date for that, but during this month we have a hefty goal, and we really need the community and everyone to help us meet it. So
what are some examples that bigs do with their littles? Like, just kind of in that day-to-day sense.
So we have two different programs. We have our school-based program and then our community-based program. In the community-based program, there's lots of different options that you're utilizing the community to engage in activities together of your choosing. So your favorite thing could be to walk your dog. You take your little with you to do that. They love that. It could be going to the park. It could be going to a car show together. We had matches come out and do that. Seeing a movie, really playing basketball, whatever your interests are. In that program, we also do monthly activities that are sponsored by Unity Point, and then in the community, we go somewhere and utilize a partner, whether we're taking advantage of Parks and Recs facilities here through the town, it's disc golf or it's scavenger hunts through the parks. But then we also partner with other organizations like the conservation. And so this week, actually, on Thursday, sorry, we'll be missing business after hours. But our matches will be at Deep Lakes canoeing with Dave Bakke.
Fun.
We'll be learning about that. Deep Lakes is still kind of a hidden gem. I can't believe it. Not everyone has been there yet.
I have not. I know. I haven't. It's on my It's on my Muscatine list.
It's wonderful.
It's on my Muscatine.
It feels like you just took a vacation. You step out of town just by a couple of minutes, and you're in this kind of just serene, calm area, and there's sand in your toes right here in Muscatine, and then great canoeing out there. So they're going to take our matches on some canoeing and just adventures there, and so that's something that there's an example of. We'll utilize the Environmental Learning Center. We've done tours of the water treatment facility and kind of learned about where our water goes in Muscatine, what happens when you flush, where does our garbage go? We've gone to the transfer station and learned about all of those kinds of things too. So our school-based program happens during this school year, and then that is located in the Muscatine Community School District, as well as high school big programming that's in Tipton and Louisa County as well. And so that one, we have what we call a buddies bucket. and we have activities in there for you, and then you can utilize anything on school grounds, so including playground, the gymnasium if it's not being utilized there. So lots of different options for you and what fits in your schedule. So you don't have to have all the time in the world. You have to have about an hour a week. And a lot of our companies in town, I'll tell you, are really supportive of any kind of volunteer work that their employees are doing. So if it works for you to go during the workday once a week, talk to your HR representative or your direct supervisor and ask if it's something they'd support. And chances are that they're going to. And then you can go into the school during that time.
Oh, good.
And that's how we get a lot of our site-based volunteers.
Nice. I love that. And when it comes to the registration process, how does someone get a hold of you, or what's that breakdown?
Yeah, I think we have too many options, so it's a little hard to streamline it. But you can visit our website, and then all of our contact information again is listed there. You can send us a message on Facebook. You can email us. The first step really is to complete that online application. Well, it's an application. We have it available online for you. But complete that application, and then once you get it into us, either by emailing it or faxing it in, you can drop it off at the Y. Then we'll get started on that interview process, and it really does move fairly quickly. That we could have you ready to go in just a few weeks after our meeting with you for a couple of hours. So.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to post the volunteer application link in the comments of this, so everyone can, if you love this, you hear it and you're like, okay, I can dedicate 4 hours out of my month or 1 hour a week. That link will be right there, so you can directly do that. And it's really nice. It's a Google document, so it's really easy to go through and simplify it. And
I'll tell you, so we were at the Muscatine Charities event 2 weeks ago now?
Yeah, it was
probably
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. And someone had mentioned to me that they were really excited that we had youth in our program so people could volunteer. And that kind of stuck with me because I was like, oh my gosh, it's kind of the opposite. We're so short on volunteers. We have so many youth that need a volunteer. This isn't volunteers needing youth. Muscatine has several children that are facing adversity or at risk in some way that they really need that mentor in their life for a variety of reasons. So these are youth in the community that maybe they're being raised by a single parent, and we know parenting is hard work. So you just need that one person too that can kind of take the kid for a little bit and maybe reiterate some of those values and life lessons that you're trying to teach them too, because they hear it better from everybody else, I'll tell you.
That's the truth.
It is, right? So there's that one other support person that's on team or in the team with the parent, right? That you're not alone now. Or maybe you have a lot of siblings, that youth has a lot of siblings, and they just need their one-on-one time. They could be lacking self-confidence. Or maybe they're towing that line where they're just starting to get in trouble a little bit, and they need somebody to give them that level of accountability and say, hey, I know what your potential is, and this isn't it, right? Like, let's make better choices, and I'm going to be in your corner and support you the whole way. And that's what it's about. It's really not about the activity that you're going to do. It's just about showing up and being there, and that when they make the mistakes, you can help bring them back up, or just encourage them to make those right choices. So it doesn't have to be a big complicated thing. It's just being a friend.
Being there, being supportive. What are the age ranges that typically are for the littles?
So we will serve youth all the way to their 18th birthday and beyond if they are striving for that self-sufficiency and just need somebody in their corner for a little while longer. Maybe they're navigating living on their own, or maybe they're navigating college for the first time, and they want your support in that. But when children first come into our program, they can come into the program as early as 6 years old or kindergarten, as long as they're able to pass our safety assessment. So we ask a lot of questions too to make sure that they would be able to self-report should anything happen, or if they have any concerns. We need them to be able to advocate for themselves. And so 6 years old is that youngest age that we could do that at. And then we'll continue to enroll them all the way through middle school.
Okay, good. I love that. And
we should mention, though, volunteers. So you can either be in our high school BIGS program, which is in all 3 counties, or if you're 18 years and older, you're eligible. And some people will say, I'm too old, people don't want to hang out with me. That's not true.
No.
It's not true. They want you in their life. There's not a person too old to do this. If you are able, we would love you to come in and go through our process.
Nice. I love that.
Yeah.
And then I know that, for example, you had posted, you shared a kid, Scotty, age 10.
Yes.
So raised by his grandparents, and his grandfather just recently passed, correct?
Passed away last year.
Okay.
Yes. So just looking for someone to step in. Of course, that's a void that a volunteer is never going to be asked to fill or be able to fill.
Yep.
But it could be that one person too that kind of gives him some joy and excitement in his life. So we all need that, right?
Yeah.
We all look for that positive when there is something that's kind of crushing us down. So you could be that person for Scotty.
Bringing up the confidence and encouragement.
Absolutely.
And just
something to look forward to.
Yes.
I mean, a lot of our kiddos, including my own kid, every child, we only know our own reality. And as adults, that we can get sucked into this world, that this is just the way the world is, because it's what we're exposed to the most consistently. Volunteers and these relationships can expose you to a whole new set of reality. And so we could see that there are different job opportunities. There's another way to do things, that it doesn't have to be what we're experiencing right in this moment. So it gives you that hope and I guess just looking forward to something, which is so important.
I love that. And knowing that he's been waiting 136 days, that's about 4.5 months.
Which is small on our waiting list. I'll tell you, he's probably been waiting some of the shortest amounts of time. So on average, the youth on our waiting list are waiting about 200 to 230 days. And many youth, that's just the average. So many youth will sit on our waiting list for about a year. And I'll tell you, that's not because we're not working really hard to get them matched, but it's not a first come, first serve basis. So we want to make sure that when we put you in a room with another person and say, okay, now be friends, that you have things in common with that person, that your family values correlate a little bit so that it's ongoing and that you're able to form really good relationships. We want to make sure there's a fly that's attached. We want to make sure, though, that you have some groundwork to start with, so that it'll be successful. So just because there's a child on the waiting list at the same time that you enter as a volunteer, it's not that we're just checking them off.
It's not like you come in and feel like, okay, pick a name out of the... It doesn't work like that, because like you said, it could be one person on a whole nother perspective trying to mash those two people together. It's just not going to happen.
If you're someone that loves fishing and we match you with a child that won't even touch a fishing pole, right? Not even willing to try it,
like,
that
I
might
won't
change
even go
your
on the
view
boat.
of what this, like I'm not even going near the water. Don't even ask me. Then that's going to change your experience in the program, and it might not be a very positive one. Of course, we want you to branch out and try new things, but there has to be some commonality to get you started there too, because you got to get brave together, right?
Yeah, I would say when I was looking at like Scotty, for example, when his is soccer and tennis, I know nothing about soccer and tennis. So pairing me with, in that perspective, I would be like, I don't know what to do.
Right.
The little one, teach me then.
And that would be perfect. That is definitely
teach me how to play soccer.
Yeah, and as I was reading through some of Scotty's answers, I don't know that he necessarily knows how to play those things either, but in his mind, that's something he wants to try. And he believes that a big brother can help him with that. And so we want to give him that. No one has to be good at it. You don't have to show up and be like, and this is how I had all of the winning goals, you know, and all of the, I don't know anything about soccer, but that's not the expectation that Scotty has. I guarantee you that it's that he wants you to just come kick a ball with him. Give him the
Get
half
outside.
an hour, do something. Yes.
Get outside and have fun.
Yeah, and through that, you could come and utilize the Y that even has that equipment for you. You do not have to be Y members. If you're there with your little or with your big, you come in and we could lend you that equipment and you can give it a try. And we won't even watch to know if you're good at it. You just have to go have fun.
Just have fun.
And Scotty won't care if you're good.
No.
He might like it if you're not.
He might be better than me.
That would be great.
So speaking of the why, let's dive into this. So there is some family program services, something for everyone. Tell us about the different programs.
So the family program services is well, a few different things really, but mostly it's support programming and services for people that are parenting or raising children, right? So we have something for grandparents, we have something for dads, we have something for moms of young children, of older children, high school children, and then we have our teen moms group as well.
Yep.
And we have workshops that we're offering usually once a month or twice a month to those participants as well as the public, that they can come in and really just find their support system, learn some parenting education. We use an active parenting curriculum. And so those classes run weekly, a meal is provided, and childcare is provided. So this is kind of that respite time too then, where you get to come in and you get to sit down with peers that are in the same I guess, stage of life as you, bounce some ideas off of each other. I mean, I'm not saying that all the answers are there, but sometimes there's that comfort and knowing that someone else is going through the same thing, whether it's preteen attitudes and peer relationships. How do we navigate that with our kids and not lose our minds?
I wish that something, and maybe I just didn't do the homework like I should have. So I had Patrick July of 2020 during the pandemic. And so I almost wish I would have taken some mommy and me kind of classes, because like you said, especially during a pandemic and having a baby, that was a whole new perspective. And I was like, what do I do? Where can I go? Where can I not go?
Yes.
Because I felt like if I walked out in public with a week-year-old child, people are looking at me like, you realize it's the middle of a pandemic. I'm like, yeah, but I also need to get out.
I also need fresh air and normalcy. You're right. Yes. Yeah.
I need to see people.
Yes. And I think you need someone to be like, that's normal. It's okay that that's happening right now. I remember everything my kids did I would or didn't do. I'd be like, is that normal? Should they be doing that? Should they not be doing that? And you have all of these questions, and luckily there's support systems in place, whether it's a natural support system that you already have or through a program like this where you could just sit down and just ask that, so.
And I think just having, like even just the dad one, for example, the dad's group, you get that standard of, oh, the mom does this, the mom does that. No, the dads do just as much, and they are just as clueless as the moms are when they first start off.
So our First Steps group is one that can come, it's both moms and dads, and they can come and really navigate the world together. Dads either have that magic touch or they're like, what do I do? And I feel like there's really that great balance.
In between.
No. We're sorry, dads. You guys do great. We're
Scott,
just kidding.
you do awesome work.
We're just
oh, hi.
Scott's on the
I
other
didn't really
side.
feel like he was even here.
But it's nice when you have that partner that you can bounce it off of, and then understanding that not everyone is in that situation and the partner is not there. So how do you navigate it as a single parent? So we have those support systems in place there that you can do it. Our Mujeres Latinas group is a Spanish-speaking group for moms on Friday mornings.
I saw
that. We bring in our workshops for that too. But there's another level of isolation there too. When you're a Spanish-speaking person, when a lot of services are provided in English only, it limits your accessibility to that support. So that's a really strong standing group.
I love that.
They're very welcoming too, so come in. Spanish doesn't have to be your main or preferred language, but if they teach in Spanish too, so if you're bilingual or if you just would like to be with your native language, should that be Spanish, please just stop. All of these are drop-in. You do not have to call and be on a list or register ahead of time. Good. You just come when it works for you. We know it's stressful and time is crazy. It's hard to plan. So if you're able to do it, dinner is served at 6:30 on Wednesday and Thursday nights. So come and enjoy.
I would say even the grandparents raising grandchildren, obviously you think of yourself, oh, I'm a grandma, I'm the fun one. And now they're back to, I'm mom and grandma. I have to play two roles and balance them.
Yeah, and that one's open for grandma and grandpa, or really any relative that's providing care. So we know that there are lots of aunts. There could even be like a close family friend that has to step in and start providing that care. So that group is open for you. They're currently meeting right now. They meet the it's the first and the third Tuesday of each month. They rotate between AM and PM. This month they're a little later though because of the 4th of July. So they're at Happy Joe's right now. The meal is on us. So it's just a stress-free time to come and talk about, what's going on. I saw a grandparent that attends that group raising his grandson. They came out to the car show this weekend and he just said, since they've been back in person this year, just in April or May, they started meeting in person again, and he just said it's so nice to just sit around the table with people that understand. And so there are lots of people in that group. If you want to be connected ahead of time with someone too, if you're not ready to dive into a group setting, because that can be intimidating, if that's not your thing, it can be a little scary, give us a call at the Y and we can hook you up with that buddy, that person that's going to meet you the first time you're there and say, hey, I'm here too, let's do this together. We can do that. You'd like to meet the facilitators or instructors ahead of time, give us a call, we'll set that up. And then the child care is there too, which we can talk about.
That's the next thing.
That's the next thing.
So the Y Play. First off, what are the age ranges for the Y Play?
Yeah, so Y Play is infancy through 8 years old, that they can come and utilize that facility. After 8, they can utilize the Y. We have staff there on site too, so they can utilize the facility on their own with some supervision from afar, right? We'll give them that little bit of independence, and then parents are in the building at the same time as they are utilizing Y Play. So that is the difference between Y Play and like our child care programming at the Y. Y Play is utilized for when you're participating in groups, or maybe you're in a fitness class, or you're utilizing the gym, or honestly, we don't even mind if you're just there using Wi-Fi. You could just be like, I really want to watch this show. I'm going to go sit on this bench and not be disturbed. Self-care is really important, and that's what we want Y-Play to be for you. We'll watch the kids while you take care of you. There are staff down there. We have some great high school volunteers that are helping us out and doing lots of activities as well alongside of the staff. And it's 2 times a day. So it's offered in the AM and then it's offered again in the evening, Monday through Thursday. Friday evenings we're not offering anything at this time. So yeah, there are lots of things. Last week they were tie-dyeing shirts.
Oh, fun.
We try to coordinate with other calendar, events or days that are going on too. So they've made Father's Day gifts, and they do all kinds of little activities that are going on.
So, yeah, I just want to reemphasize, it's not a daycare, so it's not a drop-off daycare. It is for you to take care of you, while they can still have fun and enjoy themselves as well.
And it's free.
Yes, I was about to ask. That was my next question.
Yeah.
Also, do you have to be a member to have access to the Y Play for children?
You do not, but you have to be in the building. So there would be a fee then, or a couple of fees, if you were to come in and utilize the facility as a non-member, unless you're participating in groups. So all of our groups for parents, you do not have to be a Y member to utilize those. They are free to the public. So you can come in. If you are in group, your children can utilize Y Play without being a member of the Y. If you're using the fitness facility or any of those, amenities at the Y, then you do need to be a member to utilize it free of charge. There is a $5 fee for non-members. That's $5 per hour. So that you could utilize it if you're not a member. You would also then be required to buy a day pass from the Y. That's either $7 or $10 for depending on ages.
So maybe $15 at the most if you're there for an hour.
Right. Yes.
And that's not bad.
That's not bad.
$15 to take care of you and for your kids to have fun for an hour.
That's right.
$15. I like that.
Yes. If those numbers are wrong, disclaimer, okay? I don't work.
Yes, do not.
In that department always. So if you come in and there's a different price given to you, I apologize. Just know that I was wrong.
Do not come after us, please.
It's about that.
We'll say maybe on average-ish.
Yes.
So what are some of the main things to keep in mind within the Y Play?
Yeah, so we did change a few of the things that if you utilize Y Play pre-COVID in the past, they would do diaper changing and things like that. So we have actually put that back on parents. So you're in the facilities. If your child needs a diaper changing, they're going to page you over the intercom and have you just come in, take care of that really quick, and then leave. Really, that just protects our staff. It protects your child, and it makes for a little bit of I guess, a less challenging environment too, because
Yes.
we are limited on staff, and we want to make sure that our staff are engaging and interacting in activities with kids at all times. And we want to, I guess, restrict those moments where they would have to be pulled away. And so we want the kids to be as comfortable as possible too, and know that mom and dad are still just right here. It's a phone call away. We've had a lot of those COVID babies that we call them, right, that haven't been exposed. They have not been in the daycare setting. They haven't been in a school setting. Small play groups and things were shut down. So a lot of kids are coming into community environments like this for the first time. So we want to make it a really nice, smooth transition for them.
And then any food, drinks, nothing?
No food or drinks. Of course, we don't, you're there for about an hour, 2 hours at most. So we're not feeding them a meal unless it's with that parenting group. And then those kiddos are leaving the room. So no food, really just to reduce those risks as well. So.
Okay. And then, of course, and I've been guilty about this, either like picking up Patrick right at 5:30 or just a couple minutes later.
Yeah.
Is there anything in regards to that? I mean, do parents just get notified saying, hey, you need to come, it's 11:30, you need to come by and pick up your kid?
So in this moment, I'm like, we should do a call over the intercom that's like, Y Play is closing in 15 minutes. We should do that. We'll start doing that so that we can give you that reminder. So if you're in the zone, you're aware that it's time and you've got to wind up that workout. But otherwise, there is a late fee then for late pickups.
Okay.
It's just a standard $5. I'll tell you, if you're not a habitual offender, of course, then we're going to give some leeway and some reminders. But it's important to us to keep this service free. And so we have to pay staff.
Yes.
And we want to make sure that we're staying right within our budget so that we can continue to make it free. This is something that's supported by YMCA membership dollars. It's supported by grant funding. We really are maxing out our funding sources when it comes to a service like this. It's probably one of the most expensive services at the Y, and it doesn't cost anything. So it's really a loss for us each year. But we want to make sure that it's something that we offer because we think it's really important. And to do that, then we do have to be a little stingy on that staff time and the hours that we have to pay. So
understandable.
We're not charging you $5 because we don't want your kiddos there, but it really is just something that we've got to stick to. So
Yeah, we don't want any kids being picked up at 12 o'clock.
Yes, no, the building will be closed down.
Yes. And we will not leave a child behind, though.
We will not. No, of course not.
I felt bad a couple times. I've accidentally picked up, I look at the clock and it's 5:25. I'm like, whoa, I gotta go.
Yeah, you get into that zone, and I'm late everywhere I go, or I'm just like right on time. My husband hates that because he's always early, but I'm someone that I'll push it to that minute too because I got to just do one more thing. Yep. So we get it. We totally get it, and we're there.
Humans.
Yes. So we're there for you with grace.
And so in August, there's a fun event taking place.
Yes, yeah. So there's a new session at the Y. We could probably segue into this a little bit.
Go for it.
I know we weren't going to talk about specifics on this, but this week kicks off a new session for all of our fitness classes and those types of things that are going on. Of course, our teen programming goes on all year round, but during the summer months, it's especially exciting. Today, they're all going to a movie. We have teen programming, so this is for kids grades 4th or 5th into the middle school year. So it's kind of an odd age that you're really aging out of that child care setting, right? My 10-year-old does not want to be in daycare. He thinks he's way too big for that. But the Y is a safe place that is staffed for kids to spend their summer. 1 to 4, there are always some kind of activities going on, and then there are morning activities as well. So check out the website and look at those teen center activities that are going on and the designated age groups for each of them, because there's something for your kids to do all summer. If they're sitting at home right now in front of video games and you're just like, ugh, how do I get them out of the house? The Y. They're fishing every week, they're playing disc golf, they're doing floor hockey, they're doing all kinds of things, community service projects. This is a program that I think we talk about it all the time, but it's still not enough because it is such a great program. That's led by Amy Hessel, so if you have any questions, call her at the Y and ask. But with that, of course, as many things, comes funding. And so we do have that event that's going to support the teen programming at the Y, and that is our Duck Derby, which I love the Duck Derby.
And it's just all these rubber ducks.
And
they're just so
all
neat.
these rubber ducks, right, that are just floating down a giant tarp.
Yes.
Slip and slide, whatever it could be.
It looked really cool. I saw the picture and I was like, wow, that's a lot.
It's so fun. I think that there are like 1,000 ducks that can float down this tarp, and it's a race.
Yeah.
So you can purchase your duck. So the event will happen August 25th along with Almost Friday Fest. It will be downtown again. So
perfect.
Kind of get a 2-for-1.
Yeah.
Go hang out, enjoy the live music, the food, everything that's on site there, and then support teen programming at the Y. And I'll say youth and teen programming because I would never consider my 10-year-old a teen. But he's part of that program and he just loves it, and it's making summer really great for our family and many other families. So, please support that program. It's we have different buying options or ways that you can support. So you can call the Y or you can do it online on your own. Ducks will be sold the day of as well. So you can just buy one little lone duck and take your chances that he's either the fastest or the slowest, because we don't forget the slowest duck, right?
Yep.
And there are some great prizes there. We need you to stick around for the end of the race, so that last guy gets a prize too. But so you can buy them for $5, just a lone duck, or you can move into your quack pack and then you start getting those deals,
the
right?
Quack pack, I love that.
Yeah, and then I think we have a feathery flock.
You come up with these?
I don't know. Actually, I did. I was the one that came up with them, but now I can't even remember. The Derby dozen.
Nice.
So yeah, you can buy different amounts if you would like, and then so I buy a quack pack each year, and then I'm like, that's 6 ducks, but for the cost of 5 ducks, so I saved a little money and got an extra duck. And then I put 3 for one kid and 3 for the other kid, and I'm like, all right, you each have 3 chances to win. So they love it. It's just so exciting. Fun. Power and water help so much too, because they give hydrant access, and so water's just flying down this giant blue tarp makeshift river, and
all these thousands of ducks.
They're off, yes. And then there are prizes, of course. So
August 25th, Almost Friday Fest.
Yes.
So at the riverfront, Duck Derby. I'm gonna remember this. So I'm gonna get my, what was it, the flock?
You can get a feathery flock.
Feathery flock.
I think that one's maybe 20 ducks. I can't remember.
We'll get the numbers later.
We'll get the numbers, and I was a little slow today on sending that flyer over, so I apologize if it's not there. But definitely, there is an event page on Facebook. You can go to the YMCA and look at our events. Also, if you follow the YMCA Teen Program page, I think it's Muscatine Community Y Teens. Go follow that page as well, and they'll have updates. So we have some teens too that are in there. They're always trying to do some kind of community service work. So they host blood drives throughout the year too. There's a blood shortage, of course. They're so in need of people to donate. So be on the lookout for stuff like that. I believe right now they have some signs posted at the Y. If you're at the Y, check it out. I just saw it this morning. It's a cute little handmade poster by some of our teen kiddos that they are raising money with coffee and breakfast.
Nice.
And I didn't glance at the date because I'm there every day, so I don't even. But they're going to have coffee and breakfast and raise money for the Alzheimer's Walk.
Oh, love.
So yes, so they're doing lots of different things. They'll do acts of kindness all summer, and they have tables set up a lot to advertise this too during the day. And usually, if you make a donation, they'll give you some popcorn or something like that. So
who doesn't love popcorn?
Everybody loves popcorn.
Coffee and breakfast. Who doesn't love coffee and breakfast?
I do love coffee and breakfast. Yes. So that one I'm there for. I'm going to find out the date, and so just be paying attention to those social media sites too, because we'll be sure to let you know when they are.
And I know the Duck Derby under the events page on Muscatine Y's website, all that information is there too, to keep that posted. So you guys do an awesome job on the events page of always keeping us up to date on everything that's going on.
Perfect.
I love this. This is amazing information. We have the 45 Bigs in 45 days. I'm going to post the link, so if you want to volunteer, that link will be in the comment section.
Thank you.
We've got amazing groups for everyone within the Something for Everyone, Family Program Services. Then we've got the Y Play, the Duck Derby, the Blood Drive, the coffee and breakfast. There's a lot going on.
And that's maybe half of it. So there's there's so much going on. And of course, don't forget, we still are that gym and swim. So much more than that we talked about today. But of course, if you're just looking to put any kind of self-care fitness routine into your life, come out and check us out, because there's an option. It's a start. It's complimentary if you have something else going on as well. I think that there are people that I see doing multiple things a day. Like half of our Y members are also utilizing Impact. They're using the community trail systems. They're doing everything. It's really just a well-rounded community of things that are offered. So, check us out. There's something for, if not you, for your family for sure.
Yeah, we have athletes that have memberships at the Y, and some of them are in our group classes. Some of them do personal training with us, and they still stay connected to both of us, which I love.
Yeah, it works. It's, you got to find what works for you, and we have it. So it's that cliche, there's something for everyone. We say that a lot, and I think that a lot of people say things like that, but it is so true at the Y. So check out our website. If you go to muscatiney.org and you scroll down a little bit, you can see all of those different departments that are there. Under Family Program Services, we do just have our most recent newsletter out, so you can see those workshops that are coming up, the classes, how to get involved in those, more about Y Play, the grandparents group schedule, all of that. And then, of course, the Big Brothers Big Sisters site. It will link you right to our Facebook as well, so that you can see all of those asks that we have for you. But that number one thing right now is mentorship. So please volunteer. Yeah,
I love it. So before we wrap up, so today is National Paper Bag Day, and we're gonna do a little game.
Okay.
And it is Hy-Vee, what's in the bag. So I'm not gonna have you look in the bag, but you're gonna guess, and I'm gonna give you a hint. It's summer related.
Okay.
So there's 5 items in here. So take a guess.
Because I feel like I can. Okay. I'm gonna skip that one for a second. Oh, bubbles. Can I pull them out?
Yep,
I know what
take it out.
Okay.
Bubbles.
Oh, with grapes on top.
Heck yeah.
Oh, there's a towel. But am I gonna lose everything? No.
Nope, you're good.
Really
yep.
hard.
Beach
okay,
towel.
Beach towel. The plastic bags are so
That one's gonna throw you off.
Oh, is it a squirt gun?
Yes.
Squirt gun. Oh, football.
Yep. Outdoor activity. Last one.
Oh, frisbee.
And a frisbee.
Nice.
So
I had no idea what this one was the first time I touched it. I was like,
trying to find a water gun.
Toys?
Yes.
Look at this.
There's a bunch of summer items, a lot of the deals right now. All of their water toys right now are all 15% off. So all the water guns, anything beach related, they've got a bunch of summer deals right in the middle of Hy-Vee. So be sure, if you want some extra summer activities, go into Hy-Vee and purchase all of this that you can find there. So thank you for playing What's in the Bag with Hy-Vee. So I love this. I was like, I went down the aisle and I said National Paper Bag Day, and I said summer, because I know that they had a bunch, and I, of course, nutrition, I had to grab a grape.
That's awesome. You guys, Autumn is great. She finds out all of the deals. She was telling me she searched our Facebook page before this. She knew everything that was going on.
Oh, thank you. I know nothing about football, so I don't know why I'm holding a football.
It looked fine. You
Yeah,
did good.
don't ask me to ever throw a football. It's going to go that way. There's no guarantee with me in sports. Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
There's a bunch of information, so you can find all of this on their Facebook page for Big Brothers Big Sisters, Muscatine Y, on their website. And I'm going to put that Google Doc in there, so if you want to volunteer and be a big brother or big sister, go ahead and do that. It will be provided in Facebook. Well, again, thank you.
Thank you so much.
And Muscatine, I will see you tomorrow for Wellness Wednesday. So until then, have a happy and healthy rest of your day.
We've all been through a lot together. And along the way, you'll find out who really cares for you and who you can trust. Because there's a lot of stuff that happens in life. Like those days when the amazing happens. Or those days that are really, really hard. That's why you need someone like Unity Point Health. Because when it comes to your health, you gotta have someone you can trust. Unity Point Health. Know how much you matter.